Hi, it's T with Teaquilts, and today is Wednesday, January 22nd, 2020, and we have a couple of minutes before we actually start the live. Came in a little earlier today to give people a chance to come on in. I'm actually trying to sew the last piece of binding fabric together for a quilt that's on my frame that's been on there for probably 2 months. And I'm already hot. So I'm just waiting a few minutes. See what time I have. I have 6:59 now. Oh. Hey guys, it just turned to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you all so much for coming this week. I don't have a whole lot to that I can show you per se. I've been working on, let's see, Teaquilts retreat, So Busy retreat. What else? Oh, the Scrap Quilting Club, which our first meeting is this Saturday. I'm still working on that. Getting all the sign-in sheets ready. Got some new members. I thought maybe I had a lot of speckles. You know, black catch everything. And then part of it is my screen is dirty. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of that kind of stuff. So I don't have a whole lot to show you, but I'm going to go through the chat box first. Got 24 people here. Got Vivian Calvi. She says hi T. Hi Vivian. Welcome. Teresa McCormick says hello to all. Hi Teresa. Hi to Virgie and Vicky Lemire. Virgie says hi T and everyone. Vicky says hello. June Billings is here, and June Hansons both says hi T and everyone. Hi to both of you ladies. Lois M says hi T and all. Hi Lois. Damali J says hi T and everyone. Hi to you as well. Tiffany's Quilting Life is here, says hello T and everyone. Hi Tiffany. Lietta Bryan is here saying hello to everyone. Hi Lietta. Jennifer J says hi T and hi everyone. Jennifer, I just haven't had a chance. I need to take a picture of what I have left on those things, and then I will send you, I'll respond back to your email. I just didn't have time to do it today. Celia Swan says hello T and everyone. Francesca Fino says hello everyone. Stay warm. Yeah, it's supposed to get, we had some days where we were below 20 the entire time. And then today we got into like maybe 35, 36 today. And they're forecasting bad weather for tomorrow. So we'll have to see what's going to happen for the weekend. Deborah Richards says hello everyone. Hi Deborah. Don Krogel says hi T and all you women and men. There might be some men in here we don't know about. Judy Smith says hi T and everyone, and then we also have Judy. See, I told you we have common names. We got a lot of Judys and a lot of Junes in here. And Judy says hi T and everyone. So hi to you ladies as well. Vicky is reminding everybody to hit the thumbs up, please. Thank you so much, Vicky. Cheryl Land is here. She says, hey, Quilt family, and has a heart behind it. Hi, Cheryl. Melissa Fannin says, hi, all. Hi, Melissa. Welcome to live chat. Beverly Seaball's here. Says, hello, T and everyone. Hi, Beverly. Thanks, Jennifer, for being so patient. We got Bonita Nance here. She says, hi, Miss T and everyone. You know, the subscriber of the year. She is too funny. She's been cracking me up over on Facebook and Instagram. Fatima. I don't know if it's Fatima or Fatima. I had one lady that says it was Fatima, and then another lady that says it was Fatima Lima. And she says she's from Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. Welcome to the live chat. Appreciate you stopping by. Phyllis Garner is here. Says hi, T&T Quilters. Hi, Phyllis. And Peggy O'Connor is here. She says hi, T&T Quilters. Darlene Farmer is here. Says greetings from Northern Virginia. Hi, Darlene. And hi, Peggy. We've got, Jared Hedge Bergensen says hello from Norway. Welcome to the live chat. Appreciate you stopping by. Melanie D says hello from Durham, North Carolina. Hey, welcome. I got a family member over there. Tucker Nace says hello, all T Quilters. Hi, welcome. And Bonita's down there talking about, I know that's right. So let me just quickly go through what I do have, because like I said, I'm here making binding. I haven't done any sewing. I've been making greeting cards I've decided this year I was going to send all family members birthday cards. So I've been making some for people specially. So that's what I've been doing. But I did forget last time that Jennifer J, she placed an order with me, and then she sent it to me snail mail, and I forgot to read her Christmas card that came in. Happy holidays. I love the birdhouses and the birds. And it just says, may your holidays be filled with joy. Happy New Year, Jennifer. So thank you so much for that, Jennifer, and so sorry that I missed it last week reading it. And today I actually received someone's blocks in the mail, this big bag. So I wanted to bring it in here for those of you that don't quite know how to mail your packages. And I'm gonna cover up this scan bar. It doesn't have her name on it, but I'm just gonna show you, well, it has her name over here. I'm just gonna show you how she packaged this into one of the postal service bags. And you don't have to use the brown bag. Matter of fact, this bag has a lot of stuff in the middle, and it does get on the blocks when you open it, when you pull the tab, because, and I can't even explain, like, you ever see bags like this? It's got this stuff on the inside here. Well, when I peeled the bag back, that got onto the blocks as well. But I wanted to show you that she packaged, I've already been in here. So she has packaged her, trying to make sure you don't see her information. I'm hoping you didn't see that. But she packaged them, got her blocks in here. I folded them into 2 stacks of 25. I've counted them. I counted that she had 52 blocks, and then I'm going to have somebody else recount behind me before we do the swapping. So I plan to do the swapping at the actual retreat, I think, unless Kevin come up with a space that we can do it at. I could also do it at Scrap Club, I guess, but that's if everybody have them in on time. But what I wanted to talk about was that she put in her return envelope here, and she has her address on here. I'm trying not to show. You can see mine. But on the top, she had the people weigh the bag, and she put this inside before she told them to send it to me so that she could get the weight. And then what they do is they sell you the appropriate number of stamps, the appropriate cost of stamps you would need to send this back to you, because you're going to get the exact same thing back. And then, hold on, I'm hoping that I put that back in here. I did not. But she also included the piece of paper that I asked you all to include with your personal information on it. Name, address, and your email address so that I can email you and let you know that your package arrived. So I did email her. Her email address returned to me that the email was wrong. So I did a minor correction thinking that it might have been wrong when I typed it in the first place. I think she had a typo because she typed her information. And so I've resent it out. So this one came from Sarah Jarvis. That's her name, Sarah Jarvis. And she is now receiver number 3. I'm number 1, Kevin's number 2. She's the first one that I've received all of her blocks, so she's number 3. So I'll try to keep you all up to date on how many packages I actually receive in the live chats, just so you all can keep up with that as well. Then I made some greeting cards. I'm not going to say who these are for. But this is one of those cards that I didn't like the plain background. I sometimes forget that I have embossing folders, and I should have embossed this blue. It would have made this card a whole lot better. So then I started adding all of this other stuff to it to compensate for it being so plain. If it had been just an embossing folder on this blue, would have made this a whole lot better. So this is just a mixer shaking card. I don't know how much you can see while I'm shaking, but it's a shaker card. And it's the small shaker die, and I just put it flat. I didn't make a card with this one. And so then I put this up here, the white line of pearls. That wasn't enough. So then I put the blue beads down here. That wasn't enough. So then I added this with this bow. That still seemed plain. So then I went back and added pieces across the top. So I don't know if this is my favorite card I've ever made. But my friend that's getting this, she has a blue mixer, KitchenAid mixer, and I thought she would appreciate that. And I can't show you the inside. I did do a little decoration on the inside, but it's got the name on it, so I won't do that. And then I made another mixer card. This one's for my daughter. She's not watching. And this one is an actual card here, and it's also a shaker. It's the large mixer die. I'm trying to make it so you can see it mixing, but I can't do it when it's straight up and down. But you can see the stuff in there kind of moves around. And then this one is a card that will open up to stand on its own. And then on the inside, it's just plain. I just said eat cake. My daughter makes cakes. Sometimes she at one point was wanting to open up her own business for cake decorating. So that's why she has this particular card. And then I have a lot of people that just had like January, February birthdays. So I made a lot of this style of card. They might be a little different. So I'm only going to show you this one. Very pretty card. I like it. It's a die set that's called Circle Spin and Twist card or something like that. And then when you open it up, this is the fun part. Up pops the snowman. Whoops. And I can never do it backwards. I have to turn it back to me to get it closed. I don't know why I can't do it backwards. But anyway, I'll do it one more time so you all can see that. But it just pops up. And then it says happy birthday there. And unwrap a special day. So on the front of it, it just has have a warm, cozy winter. So I made a lot of these cards, maybe 6 of these or 7 of these. So those will be going out to, I'm trying to do like my family, which is very large, and a few close friends. And then also in the past week, my friend's husband did pass, which we were expecting. He passed on Saturday, so I took my Saturday and went and spent it with her or doing things for her. Another friend and I from my small group, from the So Busy Quilt Guild members, we went over and sat with her and her daughter for a while. You know, trying to be of service, anything that they need, let them know that we're there. It's so difficult to know when you're going to need something, how you're going to need it. But I just wanted to make sure that she was okay on Saturday. He passed early Saturday morning. And so, yeah, I just took some days off to chill because I've been kind of chatting with her on the phone for 2 hours here and there whenever she needed to talk to somebody. So just being a good support system for somebody else. So I did not do a whole lot with actual quilting this week. I have worked, again, as I said, I worked on retreats and scrap club that's coming up because it's January and all of my stuff is starting over new for this year. And then also the retreat people were needing to send in money, so I've been getting some of the people money, depositing checks, and then letting people know that I got their information and what their balances are, things like that. So and then I also been doing a little shopping for a retreat, trying to find little things that might be useful during retreat as well. So I've been kind of working on that. I also made another Teaquilters retreat t-shirt, trying to find a product for glow in the dark. And the second product I tried, I don't like it. It was very difficult to weed, so I won't be using that product. The first shirt I made, I like the way that one weeded. It's just hard with glow in the dark because they recommend you leave it outside in the sun for like 6 to 8 hours. And who realistically is going to leave a shirt outside in natural daylight so that it can glow for the number of hours that they say it would glow? But yeah. So that's kind of where I am. I've been kind of playing with that, and that second weeding material just drove me nuts. I was working on that for like 2 or 3 days trying to make one shirt because it weeded so bad. And Vicky is saying they should name a fabric called French fries. Laughing out loud. I don't know where that one come from. Linda Jenkins says hello from Mississippi. Hi, Linda. Slowing Down Joe is here, says hello, T and everyone. Welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. My brother is here. He says, hey, sis and everyone. Hi, bro. I'll probably come by your job tomorrow and drop off your birthday card. Shrivia Henderson says, you freeze up. I look like I'm okay on my phone, and I'm also looking like I'm okay on my recording screen, so I'm hoping it's just you needing to refresh. So try that first, please. Beverly Simmons is here. She says, hello, stranger. You are on little too late, girlfriend. I am to bed, so I watch tomorrow. Good night from Newfoundland, Canada. It's 7 p.m. I don't know what part of Canada she's in. Oh, Darlene says it's buffering intermittently. Right now, I'm doing okay. I see you're okay, Ray. Virgie says, how much was the postage on the bag? I don't know if it put it on the bag. Oh, it says it was, it was $13.40. Woo, because this is a little different because it's a lot of blocks. So I've normally spent as much as $8 in the past, but you know, and that was eons ago when I was doing block swaps too. Now, come on. At one point, the post office was going up every week, every year. I mean, not every week, thank goodness, but every year. What else? Bonita goes, I'm receiver number 50. You better get to work, girl. Kim says, hello from snowy Wisconsin. Hi, Kim. Welcome back. And people were talking about the different cards, saying that they're so cute. Judy Smith says, after washing and drying my blocks after the storm damage, I have decided to start over with my box. I have 6 10x5 and by 10x5 done. Oh my gosh, you had to start all the way over? You would think that they would be salvageable some kind of way. Oh my goodness. Melanie says, do you ever put fabric and stitching on your card creations? Sometimes I do. I even have some programs that are machine embroidery that will do that as well. Need a Good Design has some that I have, and I'm sure some other companies have them as well, but I do every now and again. And then sometimes I'll even put fusible web on the back of fabric and then just die cut that and put it on a card. Jada Smith says, hi T and everyone. Erlene from Wisconsin says, can we use tone on tone with the black fabric on the block swaps? Yes, you can. It just has to be black tone on tone. It can't be like more grayish where it's like really noticeable, but most people are just using solid black, I'm seeing in photos. But you can use a black tone on tone. You most definitely can. Eric is here. Eric the stranger. Surprised they let you off work to breathe. And then Eric goes, is this T cards? It might be. I'm a combination of all things. And June says she likes Sarah's blocks. And then my blocks are all done back here hanging on the wall. All 50 of mine. I've got the 10 spread out. And then I've got 4 rows going across the bottom of my other 10. So mine's have been ready for about a week and a half or so. And Bonita's saying that my friend is blessed to have you. Yeah, you know, it's difficult when you can't really relate to what somebody is going to. You just don't know what is the most appropriate thing to do. So you just try to be there for them. Shut up, Eric. Brave Chef says hello. Hello, welcome. Doris O says hello, everyone from Green Island, Virginia. Hi, Doris. Welcome. Remo JS is here saying good evening. And Deborah says, what brand and type of vinyl was it that you had trouble with? The Silhouette brand. And so now I'm trying to, and I had purchased it when I first got my Cameo. Well, not when I first purchased it. I purchased it when I first started doing t-shirts earlier last year. Because I knew that I have line dancers that like glow-in-the-dark t-shirts. And so I bought some, but I never used it. So I actually pulled that out to try it. And I did not like how it weeded. I don't know if I needed to increase the cut or what, but it was horrible. Stuff was peeling, like parts of the vinyl that I wanted to keep was peeling off. And so I was like manually putting a lot of the pieces down. So I didn't like it at all. So, let's see. Judy says, it was hard to iron flat with all the strings. Okay, I hear what. I feel so bad that you have to start over. Think you had about 20 or 30 blocks done, didn't you? Lois M says, I think it's 7 p.m. Central Time, but Newfoundland, Canada is 3 hours later. Okay. Darlene says, any big stitch hand quilters out here? I'm going to try this on one of my quilts. I did one years ago. I had a quilt that I made front and back was flannel, and it was that modal. I think it was modal marble flannels when they first came out. Quilters had just really gotten into using flannels in their quilts. And I did a big hand stitch on that. But I have not done it since. I'm not a person that enjoys hand quilting. It does not make me relax. It actually stresses me out. So I try not to do it often. I don't mind doing it on like little wall hangings. Got Diane 57 here. Let's see. Trying to make sure I get everybody's comments. Judy Smith said, oh, she says I had done all 50 done 10 by 10. Okay, if you had all 50 of your blocks done, you shouldn't have to start over because all you need to do is add one strip in both directions, like on one on the side and one on the top or bottom, and then re-square it up to 10.5. You shouldn't have to redo those blocks. They should press and lay flat. You should be able to re-square them up. Jada and Bonita are fighting for last place on who's going to get their blocks in. Jada saying she's going to be 49. She has 22 blocks completed. And Eric says, so I heard someone got a computerized quilting machine for their long arm. I have not, well, I put a down payment on it. I have not gotten it yet. It actually comes next Thursday. That's another thing that I've been doing, hence why I'm working on getting this binding done so I can get this quilt off of my frame. So when they come, they'll have access to my frame. So I'm trying to clean that out. I've got to move a lot of things that are under my frame so that they can get to stuff. Yeah. Whew. Talking about gonna be fun. I mean, the stuff is under my long arm for a reason because I have nowhere to put it. Not yet. It's coming. Peggy says that's the best thing is just be there for your friend. My condolences to her. Very difficult to lose your significant other. God bless her. Thank you, Peggy. Diane says I'm waiting for more of my black to get here. And she likes hand quilting. Okay, so what system did you end up with, T? Quilt Butler, if I'm not mistaken. I'll be doing I don't know if the people are going to want to be on video or not, so I'm not really sure if I can videotape or not. But I will try to see if I can videotape any of that as they're doing it, not necessarily put them in the video. June says I'm working on my first 10 by tomorrow and we'll have them done and then start next group. That's kind of how I did. I get I adore people that can do like all 50 of the insides and then do all 50 of the frames and then do all 50 of the signatures. I get bored really fast and I have to change up what I'm doing. So that's how I did mine, was in groups of 10. So for those that we got 70 people here. Wow, thank you all so much for coming. The only other thing that I was working on for the retreat, for Teaquilters retreat, I actually was doing something else because I got some big milestone coming up this year. And then I happened to come across the pictures or some of the pictures that I had from Teaquilters retreat number 1 in 2018 where we went to Missouri Star Quilt Company. And so what I decided to do, instead of printing out all the individual pictures, I decided to just make me a print collage of that day. So I put a picture of me with everybody that attended. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm 7. Okay, so that would be me. I'm like, I'm missing somebody. But it's going to be because of the frame. So you're going to have to ignore that. And I don't know if I can like turn this so that it's better one way or the other. But I thought, you know what, I might want to frame this, and then I got it framed, and then I'm going to actually take this to retreat as well, because I thought that would be really cute. So this will be just some decoration at retreat, but I got that part done. And so that's the other thing I was working on. I'm working on a huge photo project, so that took a lot of time because I had to go back through 11 years of photos, or looking through 11 years of photos, trying to find the photos that I wanted. I tend to file my photos by month and year, so that way I know when the photos were taken. But I'm almost thinking maybe I need to start filing my photos by subject. In the month and year, sometimes I'll, like if somebody has a wedding, I'll make them a special folder or something like that. But I think I need to redo how I'm storing photos, but you know, I've been doing this for a long time, and now that I need to go back and find stuff, it's like, maybe the system isn't so great after all. So you all let me know how you all file your electronic photos, your digital photos. Because I'd love to know how you file them so that you can easily find them. Eric says, good choice on the quilt butler. He says, lots of long armors I know have nothing bad to say about it. And you all know that I did a lot of research, and you all know that I have a Gamma frame, and Gamma has two computerized systems that you can put on your frame. I think the Elevate is one, and it is about $11,000 or so. And then the Elevate, you can't really do a whole lot of custom any kind of quilting on it. And then if you want to do custom quilting, you have to go up to the Statler level, and you can be paying upwards of $18,000. Plus, you still got to pay installation fee with those charges as well. So I went looking for a lot of companies, and then I have my friend Ann McNew. I've mentioned to you all before. She was with me and Kevin in the International Quilt Festival videos in November. I'm trying to make sure I get the right months here. But she has two long arm machines that are Gamma, and she has one that she free motions on, because she's mostly a free motion quilter. She does custom work, but she's since retired, but she still does her own custom work. And then she has another machine that she put the quilt butler on, but I did not even know she had done that. So I went over to her home, and I got to see how she uses it a little bit. We didn't actually put a quilt on it, because where she has her machine, it's wintertime, and so she couldn't really show me a whole lot because it was cold in the area. And I didn't want her to kick on all the heating stuff just for her to show me something for like 20-30 minutes. So but I then went to the Houston show, talked to the guy a little bit, and I'll have a video about this, because I'm not sure if what he's promising me is going to pan out. But if what he's promising me pans out, you will know. And if what he's promising me does not pan out, you all will know. Because I feel like I give you all the truth on my experiences with things. And it was almost to the point where I had decided that maybe I wasn't going to get the quilt butler, because I felt like I was being given a runaround. But I decided I'm going to go ahead and get it, because I felt like it was the best system for what I wanted to do on the long arm quilting system. And I didn't want to spend $11,000. And I think this one might have been around $6,500. But that's not what I was told I would pay. But that's what I'm paying thus far. It's about $6,500. And then I'm also buying it from the shop that's giving me, I can't remember if she said 1,000 or 2,000 free designs. So I'm getting some free designs with that price as well. But I tried to do some, I was in Houston, I was doing some finagling with the actual owner of the company, and he promised me a better price that I did not get. So it's some things, and I'm not going to go into any more of it here. I'm just going to stop here, because I'm going to give him time to do right by it, and then I'm going to go from there. So once they install it, and then I pay, because all I paid at this point is a deposit. I have not paid the entire fee. So once I pay for the entire system next week, then I will, once it's installed, I don't know how long it's going to take me to get the videos up, but I'll try to go over all the conversation things that happen, and yeah, and I will give you a heads up, because I feel like people need to know, because a lot of people will promise you the moon, and then you're still down on earth without the moon, you know. So but I like to give you all heads up, because I don't want people to be making decisions based on what people are saying. And sometimes, you know, since like I said, I thought about it a month before I actually put my order in. I think we went to Houston earlier in November. I didn't put my order in until like the week after Black Friday. So yeah, I thought about it for a while, and I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do it, because I informed him that I was a YouTuber, and that was one of the reasons that he's willing to work with me. So whether you get a good review or a bad one, it's going to be on YouTube. So let's see. You ordered it, you know it's true. Judy Smith says, cutting off the strings was so time consuming. Washing made the 1/4 inch seams fray, and the strings were all matted together. Oh my gosh. Woo. I sure hope you can use the blocks yourself then. And Diane saying that she would be over the moon with joy about the long arm system, I'm assuming. See, my cat just ran across my legs when I was typing. That was Darlene. Angela Stringer says, I've completed 48 blocks. I made a mistake on 49. It has some black in it. I will start cutting the black next week. Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, we were trying to keep black out of the block so that when you add your other colors in, that the rest of the blocks would pop. Ellie Scrapper says, hi T, it's a nice surprise that you're on. This is Larissa. Hi, welcome. I'm always on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, unless something comes up, like I'm traveling or some personal emergency comes up. If I'm not on, I normally will post on Facebook. I do try to post into the community post on YouTube, but sometimes I don't make it there. It just depends on the seriousness of my situation, but I usually will always post in Facebook when I'm not going to have the live. Let's see. Phyllis says, I'm working on a block for the swap while listening to the chat. That's how you do it. You multitask. Hand quilt have to fight my dogs away. Darlene says, I have pics on my computer. Use them when I am doing genealogy research. And I do that too. I take pictures when I'm in the cemeteries or the crematories, because it's easier for me to keep track than trying to write down all the information that's on the stones. Tiffany says, I wish I could afford computerized for my long one, but that won't be for many years. And I didn't think that I would ever want computerization on my long arm. I don't even quilt for that many people to make it worthwhile to buy. But, you know, I'm so busy running this one-person shop that I figured if I'm doing desk work, which is what I've been doing a lot of lately, or designing t-shirts and I'm sitting at the computer, that if I had computerized, then I could be quilting some of these 50 quilt tops that I have in storage that needs to be quilted, that I can at least start getting some of that stuff done. So that's the only reason I'm doing it. Thanks, Diane. She's also letting people know in the chat when I'm on live. And I do love free motion too. I enjoy free motion, but I just can't do it all the time. And so as a trade-off, I've been doing a lot of pantos, especially for customers, because they really can't afford custom. I can do basic all over for the same price as pantos. But if you're wanting custom, like into a sampler quilt block, I don't do that kind of custom, just because how much time it takes me. I wouldn't even want to tell you how much that would cost, and I know most people are not going to want to pay it, so I just don't do it. And Phyllis says, that's a nice memento from the retreat. Yes, it is, and I can't wait for this year. On this retreat, on our first retreat, you know, I was trying not to take pictures the entire time because I'm really trying to enjoy the experience as well. And since it was a small retreat, I also got to really know the people that came. And everybody that came to that first retreat, except for one person, is coming to the second retreat. So that's also a blessing for me. And the only reason this other person can't come is because my first retreat was in the month of September. And with us moving it to June, which was requested by one person that attended, and as well as a friend of mine who couldn't come, she said, because they're school teachers. If you're anybody that's teaching school, September is not a good time for you to be taken off to come on a retreat. So that's another reason that I put it in June. So one person couldn't come, but everybody else is coming. The other 5 people that came are coming. So we only had 7 people, including me, at the first retreat. But we had a lot of fun. So I'm going to try to remember. I'm not going to try to even work on a lot of projects at this second retreat. I'm going to try to remember to do a lot more documentation at this retreat. So, Deborah Richards is going wow over the money it costs to do computerizing on the long arm, I'm assuming. And Phyllis says month and year for me. Let's see, what is she talking about? Because I've been reading so many. I don't know. I don't know what month and year Phyllis is talking about, but there's no telling what I said and what she's responding to. Francine is here. She says, hello, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. I am Francine, and welcome to the chat. Appreciate you stopping by. Oh, you say month and year. That's for the pictures. Okay, because that's what I do is I do the year first. So I make a new folder, and then I would do the year, and then I would put a space and then put the 2-digit month so that they would always fall in order. So that's what I've been doing, trying to make sure I keep up with the dates of stuff. So thanks, Phyllis. I figured it out because of Diane saying I file by date. Thank you. Eric says, these automated quilting systems are actually more expensive than the long arm machines themselves. Some of them are, and the Quilt Butler came in. It wasn't like the cheapest one, but it was the one that I felt like I could do some custom work on. You just got to learn how to work the system. A lot of people think that you can't do custom quilting on the Quilt Butler, and you actually can. I also, during that month time where I was trying to make a decision on whether to purchase, I also watched a lot of YouTube videos. Now, I didn't write anything down. I don't have anything remembered because I know that I'll go back and do it later when it's time for me to use that stuff. But I know that they're out there for me. So, and I'll probably do some YouTube tutorials on me working on this Quilt Butler because I want to see if it's user-friendly. I'm pretty decent with software programs. I was a research analyst, so I did a lot of creating of database systems in Access when I was working. So I'm pretty decent. I'm not going to say I'm the best with computer systems, but if you got some software out there, I should be able to use it. I also trained at my facility on new software programs that we got. So we shall see if this is going to be user-friendly. What type of, they're going to give me like a hands-on training once it's installed, but I don't know if I'm going to get any booklets or anything like that with it. So I'm going to let you all know what I got for my $6,500. So yeah, let's see. Jennifer says, hold on, she's talking to Diane. Shakita is here. Hi, Shakita. She says, hello, everyone. I should have made Shakita, I'll make you a moderator if I can. Yeah, we'll make you a moderator. Because when retreat time come up, I'm not going to be able to be monitoring all this stuff. So we just did that, Shakita. Peggy says, wow, I can't wait to see what you create with your new computerized system. Congrats. Hopefully install will go well. Yes, I'm hoping so as well. Hoping it all go well. They come next Thursday actually to install. And then on Friday is when I will get my class. So let's see. Francine says, I'm trying to do quilting on my domestics. I can't afford a long arm or anyone to do it. And that's, you know, I was in that ballpark for a long time. And then me being a teacher or doing lectures, there were certain quilts that if I had spent a lot of money or a lot of time making something, I maybe would send out 3 to 5 quilts a year that I would have somebody else quote and pay the long arm fees. And so that's what I did. I didn't send out every quilt. So most quilts I make are utilitarian, meaning that I want to use them, so I don't worry about paying somebody hundreds of dollars to quilt those quilts. But the quilts that are special to me are bed size. You know, if you're one of those people that can't figure out how to do just basic quilting on your long arm, on your domestic sewing machine for big quilts, then maybe that's what you do. But, you know, basically straight line quilting is fine, you know. I've seen a lot of quilts. I point these out when I go to quilt shows that some quilts are just simply quilted and they're hanging in shows. In the International Quilt Festival, they're hanging in the AQS quilt shows, American Quilter Society shows. So yeah, you don't have to be going above and beyond. You won't win an award, but your quilt's looking nice and it's hanging there and it's beautiful. Cheryl Clute is here. She says, hello, everyone. I'm a little late. Welcome. No problem. Darlene says she's interested in doing hand quilting with embroidery thread, trying a new technique. It'll be really pretty and glittery, but you're going to have, make sure you're probably going to have issues with the thread wanting to curl back around itself since it's rayon. So make sure you use like Thread Haven or something like that, beeswax or something, to make sure your thread doesn't tangle. Eric is wanting to know, does anyone pre-treat their thread? I heard someone say they soak their thread in olive oil and it helps with preventing breakage and lint. No, I have never heard of that, and I have to look into that. Nope. Never thought of it. I don't have too much problem with thread breakage. If I test my threads, I don't even have, do I have any threads in here? Only the one on my machine, but I'll unthread it. But when sometimes you go places and you don't know if the thread is old or not, and I will just take it and do this. If it breaks from doing this, you don't want that thread. It will break if you pull tight, but if you're just holding on to both ends and you are just doing this and a thread breaks, you don't want that thread. So I test my threads. I don't tend to have too much trouble with threads. And Tiffany is saying she still have yet to do a panto. Diane says, start your fabric really good before cutting. It helps with the frame. I think, Diane, because she washed the quilt blocks, because her shed, she was the one, she was in Facebook, and her shed got hit by a tree or something due to a storm. And so she is trying to recoup the quilt blocks that she had that were on a design wall. And so she washed the blocks because they had all kind of plaster and stuff like that from the ceiling coming in. She was trying to save the blocks that she had already made. And so that's why she had to wash them. And that's why they're frayed. It wasn't frayed because she didn't starch the fabric prior to quilting or piecing her blocks. I'm laughing at June. It says she haven't done a panto either, and she's had her quilter for 20 years. I've been long arm quilting on my friend's systems for a long time, but never used a panto until I got my own machine. Sometimes I think pantos take longer than if I'm doing just a basic all over design. Actually, the panto is longer because you gotta measure your markup and all of that. You can't really quilt the full frame space because your panto will quilt only like 1 1/4 or 1 1/2, not necessarily 2 passes. So it just depends. But sometimes I can hand free motion quilt better, faster than I can a panto. Francine says, I've never heard of that, Eric. I used the thread conditioner in the bottle. The name escapes me. And that's that something with sew in it. I had that a long time ago when I used to use it on my domestic sewing machine threads. Sewer's Aid. That's it. Francine says it down there. Sewer's Aid. Yeah. But yeah, I have not used that in years, and people say that they use it on their long arms. People, especially when they're doing like metallics or monofilament threads. But I haven't sewed or quilted with any of those threads on my long arm. Adrian Riaz is here saying hello to everybody. Hi, Adrian. Welcome. Cheryl says, I live south of Houston in Rose Sharon all summer. I think she's trying to meet up with Diane. Joan Elkins says, Judy Smith, don't give up. Your blocks were beautiful. Wow, I just can't believe she's got to start over. Just such a bad luck there. And Peggy said, that's so great you have all of your returning retreaters. Francine says, I use a variety of Robus and Anton, Floriani, and Sulky thread. Somebody must have asked her what kind of thread. Slowing down Joe says, seems like olive oil will stain your fabric. It seems like it would also stain the thread, especially if it's a light colored thread. Deborah says, I'm really liking the glide quilting thread. I have a few, just like 3 things of glide, and I have not even used them because I would have to change the tensions, and I'm just one of those old school quilters that started with permacore, like permacore, and then I use bottom line and a bobbin, so I got my bobbin tension set right, I've got my top tension set right, and I just hate to move it. It's just horrible. I don't like playing with the tension all the time. Leetta says, I would like to drop in and say hello to everyone at your retreat. We're going to have to see about that because of the fact that they charge. You know, when you're dealing with, I understand now what other people that rent out facilities, why they have issues with certain things going on, because they charge for the usage of the facility. It's not like you have to stay the night or anything. That room costs per person. And that's why it took me so long to get all the prices set up, because I had, you know, like if had people asking me if they could do on site or off site and all of that. So anybody in the St. Louis area that's listening right now, please do not stop by the retreat unless you get okay or plan to pay for one day at the center or something like that. And I'll be coming out with more information about that later. Right now, I just want to deal with only the people that are staying at the facility, because that's the ones that I'm going to be accounting for all the other things that I'm doing. If anybody, I had some people that saying they couldn't do all 5 days. Could they just come do 1 day or 2 days? And that possibility would be probably yes, because you're just using the facility and don't need a room. But I would have to get all of those prices out. So no one can just come in because they're charging per person for facility use. So I will get back to you all on that. And Leetta, I will also be making some announcements with that when they get closer into the Scrap Quilting Club. You know, you all are my prime quilters. And so I always, if I'm opening anything up, that's the first group that I normally open up things to. Beverly says, I also like free motion quilting. Sometimes I think I will like computerized, but I better stick with free motion. And Cheryl says that she called them trunk quilts, laughing out loud. My kids wrap up when driving down the highway. Or truck quilts, not trunk, truck quilts. Yes, and I make quilts for some people that they can use in their cars. And so, yeah. Virgie, what's the name? The quilt Easy Butler. Yes, that's it. I heard about putting the thread in the freezer. I've heard of that one too, Cheryl. Eric says, I'm too strong to do that thread test. It break anyway. You are too funny. And Francine says, that's a good test. I do the same. Yes, if you can break a thread just by doing little slight tugs on it, you want to, like, I buy thread from, like, off of Marketplace, and I don't ever pay for my Marketplace purchases in advance. I always pay when I get there, either through the app, or however they want me to pay, if it's through CashApp or whatever. Most places that have you do porch pickup, they've got Ring cameras or some kind of security cameras, so they see that you're there and they know what you're doing. So it's not like, and they know the license plate on my car by the time all this other stuff I've done because of all the cameras. So believe me, if somebody's telling you to come to their house and pick up, they got cameras everywhere. But yeah, so I always test my threads, because I have bought long arm thread from someone like that when I was in a bind and needed some really fast, and they happened to have the color I was looking for in a group, so I went and bought it, and I did the test. I took about 3 or 4 of the spools out. I had purchased about maybe 30 spools in a bundle, but I took the 3 or 4 that I really needed to use right away, did the thread test right on their porch. So it helps to know how to do a thread test. Marcia says, Lord, I'm late. Just got in from work. Hi, y'all. Hi, welcome. No big deal. You get here when you get here. And we only got like 7 more minutes, but we'll see how long I'm reading this chat. You all are pretty chatty here tonight. And Jennifer says that hand sewing relaxes her. And Tiffany agrees that olive oil ruins fabric. I know because my counter quilt got some on it and it's ruined. Kim says people can't stop by and visit for a few minutes. And see, that's when you kind of lose control. And then I have to start enforcing rules. So I can't say whether people are going to actually stay for just a few minutes. But if anybody is coming to retreat, in order for me to keep control, you're going to have to pay for the 1-day facility usage to come to the retreat. And if you want to do meals, you just need to let me know and then you can do the meals. But I'm not doing that because I lose control when somebody come into the room and then I've got a room of 18 or 20 people that I'm trying to make sure everything runs smoothly for, and I've got to ask somebody to leave because at this particular facility at the end, they tack on all the additional things that they saw, because you'd be amazed at what they know is going on in your room. So they add it all on. You all have paid and you've left, and I'm stuck with the bill at the end to pay for the final things that they give us, because they never give you a final bill until after retreat is over. So you all are packed up and gone. So I'm one of those people, if I'm responsible for something financial, I'm going to keep control 100% of the time. I've had people come into things saying they were only going to stay a couple minutes and they're 2 and 3 hours later. So I don't want to be, I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not stuck paying for something. And I've lost my spot. Okay, here we go. Deborah had to leave. Bye, Deborah. I hope you saw it. Phyllis says, okay, so she's talking to, Phyllis is talking to Judy. Celia says, it is acceptable to paper piece the swap blocks. Yes, you can if you want to. You can do that. I just think it's a lot more work because you don't have to have perfect straight seams. But if you want to paper piece them, you can. I just will ask for you to remove all of that paper because I'm sure the people that are swapping are not going to want to remove paper. Darlene says, we'll love a platform where the people here can post his or her quilts. I would love to see the work of others. And a lot of people do that in Facebook. And I do know a lot of people do not want to get on Facebook because it, some of the stuff on Facebook can be positive as far as being in quilting groups or whatever type of things you're interested in. And then there are other times where you're going to get the politics and you're going to get people's unsolicited opinions and you're going to see stuff in people's timelines that you don't want to see. And those are people that I just go and stop their timeline. I just block their timeline. I don't have to see it. So, yeah, I've had that happen quite a few times where I've had people posting stuff that I was offended by. And so I just say, okay, I just won't see any of your posts. And Kim says, I see, thanks for clarifying. You're welcome. I've done a whole lot of things where I've been in charge of organizing stuff. Even for my small group, I used to coordinate all of our retreats, and then I start letting some of the assignments go to other members. And now I'm back to organizing the facilities, and these people will give you a list of their rules, and she sent me this list of rules as soon as I paid the deposit. She sent me this list of rules that I have not sent out to you all, but they're adamant about their rules. And so I know that she gave it to me. She didn't give it to you all. She gave it to the person that's financially responsible for the renting of the space, per to say. But I'm very open to people that can't do 5 days coming in and just quilting. Maybe I'll just make a table for those folks and just make a table of people that might want to come in for 2 days of the retreat or 1 day of the retreat. And then that way that area would be constantly changing. But the people who are stagnant at retreat, you'll get to know your group that you're sitting with a lot better. So I just haven't had time. I don't want to deal with that until after March, when all of my 18 quilters are paid, and then I can kind of figure out what our agenda is going to be, and then I will start letting that be known to the other people that might want to do a day or two here. That way they can pick which day they want to come to retreat. Because some days we're going to be out doing shop hops. So we won't be in there. You definitely don't want to come. If you want to meet some of the people on YouTube, you definitely don't want to come on a day when we're out shop hopping. Or you might want to just come to the shop hops. That's an option too. Bye, Beverly. Diane says, what extra, for instance, if the they charge per person for each thing that you do. For using that facility, the actual room, they don't charge like so much for the room per day. They charge per person for that room. That's why it was so difficult for me to get prices, because at first they was trying to group everything, and I go, no, if you're charging me per person, I need to know what you're charging me per person, so that I can make sure that everybody gets the appropriate cost. And so that's why it took me a little while. But that actual room that we're renting, the conference room, it's not like it's a room I'm renting for $1,000 per day. It's a room that I'm paying for per person per day. So that's different. And if they come in the room, they also bring in snacks throughout the day that I have to pay per person per day. I have no choice in that. I have to pay for that. However many people are in that room, I have to do the lunch. And if you're there in the dinner hours, I have to do the dinner. But most definitely lunch for people that are only there during the day. I have to charge you for that. That means that you can't go into the room for breakfast, and you can't go into that cafeteria room for dinner. So there are everything that on that retreat list is a cost per person per every item that I have to pay for. And they keep track of that. They have people in the cafeteria that count the number of people that are coming through the line. So yeah, I don't want to be responsible. Thumbs up on the chat contents. Thank you so much, Francine. Got 30 thumbs up. Please hit the thumbs up button. So that's what I mean, Diane. Okay, and I don't see anything else in the chat box. So what time is it? It is actually 8 p.m. guys. Y'all know I gotta go eat. I'm gonna watch a little television. And I'm still taking my nephew to and from school. Had some issues with that again this week. Had some issues with it last week. Had some issues with it this week. So Eric goes, are we actually ending on time? Yes, nothing else is in the chat. Good night, Virgie. Good night, Judy. Yes, we're going to be ending on time. T, you need a lawyer to write you some rules for the people that you renting this room from, laughing out loud. No, you can't have no lawyers. You either rent these people space at their recommendations, which isn't like, they're not bad rules, and I understand where they're coming from, but you just gotta abide by their rules. Eric is a mess. Somebody quick, somebody ask something. He's a mess. Good night, Jennifer. I'll be emailing you. I did take the picture. I'll email you after this live. I took the picture before the live, and I just didn't get a chance to email you beforehand. Tiffany say, well, get some grub and relax, Miss T. Yes, indeed. So that's going to be it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end here. If you all got any questions, please post them in the comment section when it goes live, or email me at teaquilts@teaquilts.com, and I will answer you there as well. Also, if you are part of retreat and haven't sent your January payment, just know you've got till next Thursday, and you can send your block swaps blocks to me at any time. So when you get them done, go ahead and send them. That way I can go ahead and get those counted and get you checked off and assign you a number, so I'm not doing it all at the last minute. So good night, everybody. Yes, I did, Tiffany, but I do, real quick, guys, before you leave, I hope some of y'all still here. I forgot that Sarah Carr, one of my friends in my small group, she finished one of the charity quilts. So I'm waiting for my other group members. I've got 4 more to get. And she got hers quilted and done. And you're not going to be able to see it all, but I just thought that I would let you all know that I've got another one of those charity quilts done. I'm kind of waiting on them to finish. And I still have 3 or 4 of these that I've got to put binding on. I've got this binding here, and I think I'm going to work on it at retreat. I was going to work on the churn dash blocks, but I think I better get these charity quilts done. We've got a retreat in February with our large quilt guild. So that's what I'm going to make sure I do first, and then I'm going to work on a layout for my churn dash blocks. That's my goal anyway. But I just wanted you all to see, or know, you really can't see. You really can't see. And this chair keeps turning around. Maybe if I put the quilt on the chair, you'll see that instead of the chair. It keeps turning. Ah, here we go. So you can see some of it. You can't see a whole lot of it. But she did spiral quilting, freehand. So got it done. Very nice. She's another one, and she even got number 37 right here. I just happened to see that. But yeah, she has her own long arm too. She has a Tin Lizzie, the very first Tin Lizzie that came out. But yeah, so that's kind of it, guys. Just wanted to let you all know I got another quilt ready. 4 more to be turned in. And then I'll be ready to donate. I did donate one because they needed one. And so I donated one. And then I told them I was kind of waiting to get the other ones done because I wanted to take a picture of them. As much of it as I can on my deck. Just put them around the deck before I donate them. And so, but I did go ahead and donate one. So that's it, guys. And Diane's asking me, are the snacks figured into the cost of the room? No, they're not. They're added in extra per person, whoever is in the room during the day. So no, it's not. Everything is per person, and you have to order their snacks. Even though we have our own snack table, they make us pay for their snacks anyway. So if you paid, when you paid your retreat fee, I have all of that already included into your retreat fee. So that's it, guys. Just trying to make sure I didn't miss anything in the comment section. So good night, everybody. I'll see you next Wednesday, and we'll see what I can get up for you all. I've been promising you all this video for the frames, but I haven't done it. I haven't even had time to even record any more videos. I did have some card making hauls, but I'm not going to put those up right now. But we'll see. Talk to you all later. Bye-bye, guys.